I'm at the remodel job. We have just a couple of days to go. The guys have been cleaning quite a bit. And I'm going through making my punch list, such as need vents put on, electricians gotta come and finish up all around here. And now with this high gloss paint, it shows every single little imperfection. So it looks like we might have to do some work here. Unless they're hanging a TV on this wall, then it goes away. But either way, we want to make it look nice. So what I'm doing is walking through and seeing if I need to add what they call base shoe. And base shoe is that little piece of trim where the floor meets the baseboard. It's like they call it a base shoe because we tore all the tile out, remember? And when we tore the tile out, actually the wood floors are lower than the tile. There's gaps in some places, and that's what you use to hide that. So I'm in the study, and I'm looking right now that I believe when we installed the floors first, and then they set the cabinets down to it. I'm trying to remember how that worked, but it looks nice and tight, so there's no need for base shoe in here. Here's a good example of where I need base shoe. When you start to clean, you start seeing stuff that you missed. You would never notice it as you walk through, but once you start seeing it, then you start looking for it. So there's base shoe that's needed in here, and then I need to come up with a transition piece where the wood floor met the tile, because this was all tile, one level, and again, the floor is not as high as the tile, so we have these kind of transitions to deal with. Those are the metal frames that I had made for the mirrors. There was a miscommunication because we have two small ones and one big one, and I picked up one small one and one big one. So I'm getting another one remade. A lot of those little tiny details, they get missed, and I suppose that's why a lot of times we sometimes use work orders, very rarely. Sometimes we just talk to the guys, but a work order would have been a document that said exactly what we needed. And sometimes it takes more time to work up a work order versus just making a phone call to guys you usually work with and tell them. But with that, it's my fault because I forgot to tell him too, which I think I did. Okay, another one of the details, these guys are sealing all the countertops. Doesn't smell good. The painters, as I told you, on these jobs, they're the last ones to leave. They're continually coming through, touching up all around the house. So we're looking for anything that someone's bumped into the walls, like right here, there's a little bit of dirt. Oh, I just wiped it off with my finger. Good. Check that off the list of things to do. Granite guys are here. We've got the countertops have all been drilled for holes, so I've called the plumber. He's got to come back. And then there's another type of a plumber for reverse osmosis. That's a little tiny faucet by your sink for drinking water. I gotta get out of here. He is coming for the third time to set up the reverse osmosis. So painters are going, continue to clean. I've been waiting for the electricians. They can't get here for another week, which is kind of a bummer because they're moving in here next couple of days. So lights turn on, but it just won't look good. There's a few light fixtures that are missing, and that seems to be the case. So I'm gonna continue to keep checking a few more jobs, and I'll be back here in a little bit, see how they all went, or how they all did is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I got Tom the trimmer here. There's his van. Remember, Eugenio got his other one, so there he is. So, uh-oh, they've been on break socializing. There's Tom's tools, but they're not working right now for some reason, because Tom's not working. How many times have you guys taken this countertop off? Do you need the plumber? He act like maybe you guys could just disconnect. Dave said if you just disconnect from the shut-offs.
Completely shut it off, disconnect, pull them all the way, and cap the bottom line.
So I need a plumber here?
I mean, I can do it.
If you can, because I haven't, he said he was saying there's almost no way he could get here this morning. Never easy, right? Yeah, this is what, our second or third time putting this countertop off. You. Yeah, I'm like, there's a mouse in my pocket when I say we. Yeah, I do a lot of we stuff. I go, what have you done lately? If you can't get it, let me know. I'll give the plumber a call and see if I can break someone loose. Wendy, you made a lot of progress yesterday. I see, are you also doing the wall plates too? You'll texture those? Oh, no detail gets left undone. So yesterday, step 2, 3, I don't know. Three.
Put a base coat on, then we put a metallic coat on, and then we draw the texture.
Okay.
So now
the base coat was with the brown, then
a metallic bronze.
okay.
And then we applied one layer of texture.
Which is the white.
Yes.
How many layers of texture do you put on?
2 Two. But today we will sand the walls, glaze the walls, and then we will add another layer of texture, glaze the walls again.
Feeling good about your progress?
Yeah.
Is it go about normal? Okay, you got more stuff taped off. I think that's the worst part, I think, is the taping off.
It's the important part.
Yeah, that's the important part. The details drive me.
Yeah.
They look good, but I don't have the patience for that.
Right.
All right. All right, so what the Wendy's doing right here is they are adding the base coat, and we still got to get a battery in the smoke detector right up here. As you well know, sometimes you put a battery in that one and it still beeps somewhere else in the house, so you got to change them all. So they're putting that paint base coat on, then they'll let it dry. And then what's after that? After you get this coat, then you put a metallic, another texture over all that.
And then another glaze and metallic over all of it.
Another glaze. The glaze is a metallic over that, and then you're done. Oh, sounds so easy, but it's only 7 steps. They're making good progress. Got them already on? Just that one?
Well, I'm trying to fit it.
Looks pretty good, Tom.
Well, I got this gap over here.
Well, that gap, we're gonna caulk
Can they
and paint.
caulk that and
Yes.
paint all that black? They can caulk that?
Yeah, I think that looks pretty
Well,
darn
okay,
good.
I got this. I got this little gap here and then it's tight here. Do I need to cut that
Man, I think
dark?
you're being awful picky. I
Look
think
at-
it
look
looks.
What the f?
Happened there? I don't know. What is that?
You know what they did, Brad? I assumed that.
So the granite guys didn't do us any favors. They shimmed this countertop up after Tom built this level with the top here. So you can see there's little shims. That raised it up, which gave us an unfinished edge right here. Tom is not happy.
Maybe I can put a filler in there.
Yeah, I don't know, filler, we'll paint it. What happens is that we're basically taking pieces of old material and piecing them in to make things look right. Doing a great job, but when the countertop guys show up and raise it all up, it messes up everything that we thought should have made sense. I have no idea why they shimmed that up. Tom is left with a problem.
Am I having fun yet?
Okay, what we're gonna do to keep this look consistent all the way around, I'm gonna have Tom come in and put some base shoe around the bottom of this. And then we're all done, and we're waiting for the wine racking to come in. We still gotta paint the ceiling black. Like again, the painter usually is the last one out of this place. The painter and the cleaner. Not gonna work, Tom? Tom's van is much more organized than Eugene's. Because look at this. It's like a nice hardware. Now we got everything cleaned up, floors are removed. Now we're seeing things what the homeowner would like changed. So there's called a toe kick. You can see right down here, under here, so you kick your toe underneath the cabinet. It's called a toe kick. Well, we've got black in some areas, a lot of areas. The brand new cabinet we put in here has the same stain that matches the cabinets. That's what the homeowner wants everywhere. So I'm making that phone call, get that material out here, getting a stain so we can get it installed, which I think will look really nice. So you never see that when everything's covered up until the very end. Kind of see where right here it's stained all the way down. Then when you turn the corner, it goes to black. That needs to be stained. I think that's the right way to do it. For some reason, I can hear you guys giving me the business about keeping track of this stuff. I'm telling you, we take it off, hide it, put it in a special pile. For some reason, it still disappears. When the house we started had a vent on there, we have no idea where it went. Why would somebody take a vent? Go figure. But so now I have to go to the hardware store and pick up a new one because the girls are going to paint it the same color as the wall so it just disappears. It'll look great, but they can't do it without a vent. All right, as I do a little walkthrough, this is a room that has been slowly moved into. We really didn't do anything in this room except for just paint the walls. But I've noticed we have a situation down here on the baseboards because when they painted and built this house originally, they used MDF, minimum density fiberboard, MDF fiberboard. What does that mean? It's not real wood. It's compressed, put together with a bunch of glue. It paints up beautifully, but if it ever has a chance of getting wet, it will just blow up and come apart like it's doing right now. So we're gonna pull this off and put real wood on it and then paint it. It'll hold up 10 times better. So these are little things that we haven't seen a while ago during construction, but now we're getting close to the finish line. That's the stuff we want to make sure the homeowner doesn't call us back after they moved in saying, why did you not fix this the first time? Because we didn't see it. There you go, but we're on it. I have to share something with you since Tom's not here. I think it's getting towards the end of the day and he messed up, which is rarely does he do that. So he was cutting this panel for this side. This one's all done. See how nice it looks? Goes tight to the floor, looks great. Well, when he got the one upstairs on, he cut it and it was 1 inch too long. At least it wasn't 1 inch too short, but so he's up there fixing it right now. So I did realize Tom is human. He makes mistakes very rarely. So I don't want him to see this or know because he's very sensitive about his work. And Dove's come to the rescue. He is staining. Are those gloves or is that the color of your hands after staining all this black?
Little bit.
Oh, your gloves falling apart on you.
I know, hold up.
So these are now, we had to start over with the doors. This is all the door stops, right? Because the other ones, what happened? I forget. They were
The old.
just old, too old. They're banged up.
Just cracked as we took them out and everything, so we're just gonna make new
We'll
ones.
make new ones, and you're here to save the day. Tom thought he would get it in and out of here in a day, but no luck, right, Tom?
No?
Yeah, I think he likes hanging out here with us. All right, Dove, that looks awesome.
Thank you.
Don't tell Tom. Have Tom guess what color those are. He's colorblind. See if he- Tell him they're brown. That'll freak him out because he wants black.
Is it nail gun?
That's the board that Tom miscut, so he's redoing it.
The one I screwed up.
Oh, he heard that. Last time, Tom, someone came here and cut it a little too long. Did you find the right guy for the job? He's not admitting to
Who
it.
is that masked man?
Who was that? Oh, so that's the joint. That's the stuff you were taping on the end. So that looks better the second time around.
Flush.
Yeah. Cut twice, measure once. Is that what you did, Tom? Yes, you did. You measured once, and then now you had to come back and you had to cut it twice.
I guess, yeah, that time. That's
Kids these days, they don't listen. So rebellious, embarrassing. It looks good though.
You gotta make sure I got the right nails in there.
You don't have to put 1,000,000 nails in there, right? Because then Dove's got to figure that one out. Just
Well, if he has to fill one, he might as well fill 20 of
yeah,
them.
might as well fill 20. See there, Dove? He's upstairs. He can't hear this. But that does look really nice. And what we did, you took the refrigerator panels from the old cabinet fronts, and we are repurposing. I think that's too many nails. I'm not the painter. I think that's just enough. That's just the perfect amount of nails, Tom.
Top, bottom on each side. and
Up,
one in the
down,
middle.
left, right, in, out, bada boom, bada bing.
Okay.
All right, Mikey came, put base shoe on that. Looks absolutely beautiful. Now we don't have to wait on the tile setter. This part is done. We're waiting for glass, paint the ceiling black. Oh, reminds me, I'm gonna tell Dove that. The wine racking stuff should be here next week. Fingers crossed. I've been lied to before. Dove?
Yo.
Oh, a reminder, downstairs, that ceiling in the wine room, you gotta paint that black, right?
Yep, the ceiling will go black to
Okay.
match the new wine rack.
Okay, all right. So, feel like you're getting close to being done?
Pretty much done.
Okay. Then the toe kicks for the kitchen are coming out. Hopefully I'll check on that. You can get those pre-stained before we put them in, right?
Yep, and I'll get those done at the shop.
Okay. Oh, you'll do them at the shop.
I'll do them at the shop because then I'm gonna paint
this garage. Yeah, we're gonna start clearing everything out of here. She told me what goes and what stays.
Okay.
Want a tub? Want a bathtub?
No, she already tried sending me.
Oh, she's trying. Well, who's getting the toilet? That's a nice one. Is that up for grabs? I've never had a toilet that nice. But anybody want a slightly used jacuzzi tub? They're all slightly used. No one uses those things, so that's why we're tearing them out. Okay, Dub, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, I'm off to the next. I don't know. It's the end of the day. I'm not sure where I'm going. Just heading north, heading home. See you later, Dove.
We'll see you, Brad.
Bye, guys. I don't know why this feels like a long day, but I'm leaving the job site and wrapping up for the day. It's the next day, and I'm heading back, driving in my loaner car because mine's in the shop getting fixed because of the tornado damage. Just a scratch or two on the door, no big deal. But I'm up here checking up to see how close we are getting to the finish line. I don't see Tom's truck here, but I see Wayne, lots of plumbers. So I'm gonna go inside, see what's happening, check on the full finish gals, and see when I can get these homeowners to move in. What's going on, Wayne? Are you taking a break? Oh, look at Wayne's snack bar on his dash. Kind of like the ice cream man. When I see Wayne pull up, I just go up to the window and order some candy, but don't tell my wife because I gave it up a long time ago. Wayne, can I have this?
Yes, you can have that. Yep.
All right, there's lunch.
There you go.
Thanks. All right, put it on my tab, Wayne. On my tab. Okay, dumpster's empty, ready for a new load. Let's see the porta potty. Oop, that could be looked into. Window cleaning guys. I'm not sure who else. It's more guys cleaning ductwork. I'll find out. The full finish girls, I think they looks about the same. I don't know if they did anything else, if there's one quick coat that went on here. So they're not here. Hear the beeping, still need a battery for that. I don't know why. Maybe need a taller ladder. This looks about the same. Let me check up on, here, Tom. Remember the baseboard I talked about yesterday? How quick he is? It's fixed. Right down there. Okay, remember yesterday Dove was here painting the doors. That saga continues. They're not put together because there's the panels. We had all kinds of issues with that. Once the panels didn't match, another time they were too wet, dusty. And then we're ready to put them all together, and all the little door stops, these little stops is what holds these doors in. I'll show you. See right here, there's a stop on one side. Well, we need one on the other to wedge the new panel together. The old stuff wasn't good enough because it was kind of banged up, twisted. Tom was not happy with it. So all the energy we're putting into these doors, let's get them looking right. So that has all been stained. So hopefully I'll call and see if Tom is coming tomorrow. We're getting down to the wire. The bar downstairs where he added the little side panels when he cut one a little too long, but it got fixed. I'd like to give him a little business about that. That looks excellent. Only way you would know that Tom has been here is if you knew what it looked like before. Plus, this little edge has to be stained. This looks right. There used to be a baseboard down below, so it chunked out. This has a nicer high-end look. So little tiny details go a long way. Thank you, Tom, for making it look right. There's not much going on here except for a little bit of cleaning, and we're just waiting on the countertop, and I gotta get Tom back to put the doors on. And I think we are just about done. The electrician is the missing link right now, along with, I thought we're done. Electrician and the hood. They've been working on details, trying to get, see this brass? That's the color they've been trying to match, along with some of this other metal down here. So the hood and the stove looks like they came from the same place, which they did not. It's a custom hood and a very high-end cooktop. All right, I got Tom over here hanging all the doors. And I've just learned something. I've been doing this for over 35 years. Hardware hinges. Now there's different types. You know, they got the square, then there's the rounded edges. Because these doors, how thick are these doors? These are oversized. These are 1.75 inches. Most doors are 1.5 inches, is that right? Inch?
1 3/8.
1 3/8. So when you order doors, the standard door is 1 3/8 inches, but these are super thick doors, 1 3/4 inches. So they need a heavier hinge. The guy came around and ordered the new hinges for the doors, he ordered hinges called the residential hinge when we needed what they call a standard hinge. I think the technological term is backwards. Standard sounds basic, like everybody needs a standard hinge, when standard is the heavy duty one. Very few homes need standard hinges unless it's going on an exterior door.
Correct. Now,
So
the difference is,
yes.
see how the hinge is flush with the door here and the jamb? The hinge is flush with the pockets. The replacement hinges, the first ones you got, they're shallower.
They were sunk in.
Sunk in, so when I put the new hinges on, you go to close the door is binding on the jamb because the hinges suck it further over. So now we've got the correct hinges. So which is gonna push the door over and center the door. And
What I found confusing, and you guys tell me if I'm right, is that this is called a standard hinge and this is an oversized door. So this is not a standard door, but it requires a standard hinge. Are you guys getting this? Did you know this, Tom?
I didn't know this.
And he hangs doors for a living.
This is not a standard door.
No, it's not a standard door, but it needs a standard hinge.
Right,
So it's all backwards.
So the engineers need to talk to the guys in the field to get the terminology and everything correct.
Right. So go ahead.
Every engineer needs to spend a couple of years out in the field, working in the field, so they know what's going on.
Could you put up with them, Tom? Would you be? I don't think Tom would be willing to train. Right.
They're
Mike,
not-
what do you advise on this is Mike, Tom's son. Do you advise letting Tom train somebody like an engineer? How long would that last?
Ooh. If the trainee doesn't leave.
Yeah, before he'll go to lunch and never come back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to lunch and not come back. Wow, I thought you guys would find it interesting. My head's still spinning on this thing when I thought that you never have this business figured out. So
Hey,
go figure. Yeah.
one thing concerning today, we got to be done in 2 hours so I can go.
Oh, going fishing. All right, well that's
okay?
good.
Is that okay,
You can
Brad?
do anything you want, as long as you get your job done. You
Okay.
can get your work done, then go play. That's
good.
my motto.
All right.
Work, then play. Goodbye.
See, we had to drill new holes for the other hinges. They were different hinges, but now we put this on. It was the original hinge, and now the original holes line up. I need the smaller bit for the new hinges. Now put the correct bit, the number 3 Phillips, for the original hinges. So it's back and forth.
All right, so what Mike just did is he took silicone, a bead of silicone all the way around the perimeter so it holds this panel in place and it keeps it from rattling. And then they come in, then he's gonna nail it, and then we put that little trim board here. I'm gonna call this shoe or door stop. This is a door stop because it's not really stopping the door, it's stopping the door panel from falling out. So then that goes in to hide any imperfections where the door is. So this is a 2-piece door. Does that make sense? So the next step is getting all the dust off. He'll silicone that edge, right, Mike? And then you put the little door stops, just a couple of nails, and then the painter, if he needs to, can come back and fill those little holes. Or do you do such a good job?
These, he does. These pins that we're using, you don't need that.
Oh, the pins are so small. The painter will love you for that one. All right. These doors are gonna look good. Let me go check on Tom and see what kind of damage he's causing. Get this door hung in here, Tom.
Yes, it's done.
Does it open and close properly? That's the real test.
Perfect.
Okay, of course. Look at that.
Doesn't bind.
Because we use a standard hinge
Yeah, if you go in there,
on
you'll
a
see-
non-standard door.
So now you have your 1/8 gap on both sides instead of tight here and a 1/4 gap there.
Oh, that's the rule. 1/8 inch on both sides.
Well,
Never knew.
not necessarily the rule. That's what the original trim carpenter gave us on this. I didn't set this door.
I got you. So you're working backwards.
The gap you want between the door and the jamb, a big 16th or a small 1/8 inch gap. This
That
one
means
here-
there's not much room. Everything better be square and plumb
Correct.
because it'll show up in a hurry on a perfectly square door.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I got Tom for the job. So anyway, it's pretty quiet today's. We're winding down. Guys are cleaning more windows. Waiting on the countertop. That's being rebuilt with a thickened edge. The hood is still being built. And so then once the top comes in, plumbers come back. We talked about maybe even adding some, get in here, the homeowner starts seeing stuff all done. Now the new thing is possibly, I think is a good idea once I turn the lights on. This here is kind of like looks like a frosted glass. They're gonna take that off and put in a tile backsplash. That's still left over from the original cabinet design. So that is up for discussion. Nothing's been picked out, but that's a one-day job putting that in. The faux finish gals, I think they're done. I gotta find out. They snuck in and out of here in between me not out checking on other jobs. If you can feel this, it has a grit to it because there is some rocky, I don't know what the right term is. There is a sandstone or something mixed into this texture. So I gotta find out if they're putting one more coat on. But you can see they've started prepping the light switches and outlets so those don't stand out because it would look terrible if we got these white or dark outlets, so they'll blend right in. And so here's those outlets. Can't do nothing with the lighting system. We had a little talk about that. To change this out, as a reminder, that dark brown, you have to change the entire system, and it was like $60,000. That does not make sense. So we're gonna leave that brown.
To set it on.
Okay.
There you go. And that's how you hang an 8-foot door that's not standard, but has a standard hinge, a non-standard door, because it's 1 3/4 thick. Go measure the doors in your house. I bet you they're is it 1.5 inches? How come I can't remember that?
Narrow ones are 1 3/8.
1 3/8, and these are 1 3/4. There we go. I gotta write that down. Can't remember if I showed you guys the finished shower. Remember? That was a big glass wall. We busted that thing, knocked it all out, reframed it. Started off just by taking the bottom row of tile out to just change that, and it ended up being a whole new shower. This thing is massive. I don't know. If I had a tape measure, I could do it. I'll walk it off 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. I think it's 12 to 13 foot long. Got a nice niche here. We changed that. We had a seam the guy put down, took it out, one solid piece, much better. Multiple shower heads. I call this the car wash shower. You just stand in one spot, maybe just turn around a little bit. Got one on the ceiling, got one on the wall, 6 right there, steam shower. Check out the drain, can't even tell. This little tiny thing there, all the water runs downhill. Used to run in the basement, we got that fixed too. So there she is, one massive ceiling, is all tiled, everything looks absolutely beautiful. So there's no excuse not to want to take a shower when you get home in this house. It's important that we put notes and tape and signs on it, just so people don't come in and go, ooh, look at that cool seat, let's give it a try. And then it screws something up because the glue's hasn't had a chance to dry, what have you. So hopefully, if we put enough tape on it and enough writing, people will leave it alone. There's no guarantees on that. Wait till the mirrors go in, gotta get it all done, so before you start judging the room on how it looks. Still gotta touch up these cabinets in here because they went through demo, tile, the entire remodel. The painter's going to hopefully work his magic and get these looking like new again, so fingers crossed. All right, the base shoe is down. Now with the light on and the base shoe, you can see the cleaning people need to come back, continue cleaning and get the dust off. So Tom has put base shoe in the entire closet. I'm on my way to the hardware store to get a new vent for down below. I turned the light on, but they took them out so they can paint the ceiling. What is that? Oh, here, housekeeping. Look at Tom, does everything.
Me?
All right, there, get this, put some back in it, Tom. Yeah, I do know how to use a vacuum.
There you go.
Turn it on.
He's the maid of honor.
All ready? Fire in the hole. I'm ready to clean.
Thanks, Brad. I knew I could put you to work.
I shouldn't have spoke up so soon. Actually, I kind of enjoyed this. Okay, my work's here. We're done with the vacuum cleaner. I'll get this back to Tom. So I'll share you guys kind of a cute little dumb story to show you how I have an issue with vacuuming. When I was in college, I lived on the 3rd floor, and I came out of my room one time and there was little beans from someone's beanbag chair outside the door. So I started vacuuming, keep it from going in my room. By the time I got done, I vacuumed the entire house and I had it cleaned in 4 hours. And I wasn't even in the pledge. I was like junior in college, so I have to get some therapy for that. There's some deep-seated issues there. I have no idea why. Perfect. Oh, right there, you missed a spot. There you go, right there. That's because I put my finger on it. That's terrible, that was me. Sorry about that.
No,
Yeah, it was just having a little fun.
No, you're fine.